Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syafiusna binti Sazali. 125-1288. Today I want to present for my case review about Lina against Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan and others 2005 6 MLJ 193. So first of all, I would like to give an introduction. The case of Lina against Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan and others is a landmark federal court decision in Malaysia that addresses the issue of apostasy, constitutional freedom of religion, and the jurisdictional boundaries between civil courts and Sharia courts. The case highlights the complexity of Malaysia's dual legal system and the constitutional position of Islam. So, next part is objective. So, the objective of this case review is to analyze the treatment of apostasy under Islamic law in Malaysia and to examine the jurisdiction of the Sharia courts in determining Muslim religious status. It also aims to evaluate how constitutional provisions on freedom of religion are interpreted alongside Islamic law administration. So, the main issues is before the court were whether a Muslim has the absolute right to renounce Islam without following Sharia legal procedures, whether the National Registration Department or NRD could require confirmation from the Sharia court, and whether the civil court has jurisdiction to decide apostasy matters involving Muslims. So, the fact of the case is the appellant Lina was born as a Muslim and registered as such in official records. So then she converted to Christianity and applied to the NRD to remove the word Islam from her identity card or IC. And the NRD refused the application unless a certificate of apostasy issued by the Sharia court was produced. Lina argued that this requirement violated her constitutional right to freedom of religion. So the next part is law applicable. So the most relevant laws for this case include Article 11 of the Federal Constitution, which guarantees for freedom of religion, and Article 121(1)(a), which limits civil courts' jurisdiction in matters under the Sharia courts. State Islamic Administration Enactment confer jurisdiction on Sharia courts over matters of Islamic personal law, including conversion and apostasy. So, the most relevant laws that used in this case is Article 11. According to Article 11 of Federal Constitution about freedom of religion, and Article 121(1)(a) of the Federal Constitution. So the next is the legal proceeding. So the legal proceeding of this case was first heard in the High Court, which dismissed the application. The Court of Appeal upheld the decision, affirming that apostasy falls under Sharia court's jurisdiction. The appellant then appealed to the Federal Court as the final appellate court. And the next is for the judgment, the Federal Court by a majority of 2 against 1 dismissed the appeal. The court held that apostasy is a matter of Islamic law and therefore within the exclusive jurisdiction of the Sharia courts. The NRD requirement was found to be lawful and consistent with with constitutional provisions. Basically, she still need to show to the NRD a certificate of her apostasy or Rida from Islam to Christianity. So from this discussion, we can tell in Islamic law perspective, apostasy or Rida is a serious religious matter governed by faith. In Malaysia, apostasy is regulated through state laws to preserve the administration of Islam. So the decision reinforces the authority of Sharia courts and prevents civil court interference. However, the dissenting judgment highlighted concerns regarding constitutional supremacy and individual rights, reflecting ongoing legal and academic debate. So the conclusion of this case review about Lina Joy against Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan, the Lina Joy case confirms the jurisdiction of Sharia courts over apostasy and underscores the constitutional balance between Islamic law and civil law in Malaysia. So the case remains a reference point for understanding freedom of religion and Islamic law administration and judicial boundaries within Malaysia's legal system. So that's all from me, Nur Shafia Husna Bizazadi, 1251288, and thank you for your attention.